This episode is brought to you by Pacifico. Here's a story you've probably never heard. Legend has it, decades ago, a couple surfers went down to Mexico in search of epic swells, but they found something unexpected instead. It was still crisp, lively, and smooth, but it had nothing to do with waves. It was Pacifico, a delicious Mexican lager. It's like it was brewed to be discovered. Pacifico, find your own way. 21 plus, discover responsibly. Pacifico Clara Beer, imported by Crown Import, Chicago, Illinois.
No time, no problem. Bobby Brown's Longwear Cream Shadow Stick works as fast as you do. So, no surprise, it's the #1 eyeshadow stick in the U.S. Whether you're heading to the office, school drop-off, or for days that blend into nights, one swipe, and your shadow is set for 24 hours. Because doing your makeup shouldn't take an hour, and let's be real, who has that kind of time? Now available in new shades. Discover them all at Sephora.
Isn't home where we all want to be? Reba here for Realtor.com, the pros' #1 most trusted app. Finding a home is like dating. You're searching for the one. With over 500,000 new listings every month, you could find the one today. Download the Realtor.com app because you're nearly home. Make it real with Realtor.com.
Pros #1 most trusted app based on August 2024 proprietary survey. Over 500,000 new listings every month based on average new for sale and rental listings. February 2024 through January 2025.
Ford Blue Cruise hands-free highway driving takes the work out of being behind the wheel, allowing you to relax and reconnect while also staying in control. Enjoy the drive in Blue Cruise-enabled vehicles like the F-150, Explorer, and Mustang Mach-E. Available feature on equipped vehicles. Terms apply. Does not replace safe driving. See Ford.com/Blue Cruise for more details.
Hola, mi gente. Turn up the Latin flavor with Café Bustelo coffee. Choose light, medium, dark, and dulce de leche roasts. Whatever your vibe, we got you covered. Café Bustelo está aquí.
There was some good, and there was a lot of bad as the Eagles lose their second preseason game, 22-13 to the Browns. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinpole Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stifel. You can also find me hosting Trending in the AM live at 8 a.m. on the STT Sports Network. Today's episode's linked below. Make sure you check it out. Any opinion you have from this or anything happening this past week in the Philadelphia sports, bring it to the show. That's the show. That's the people's show. That's where you have your opinions heard and where your opinions matter. So I'd greatly appreciate it. Plus, we're really close to 1,000 subscribers. We'd really appreciate that boost, guys. All right, Eagles lose to the Browns 22-13. Let's rapid fire through the little bit of good and a lot of bad from this game. What did we learn? Let's start with the good, and let's start at the top with our first-round draft pick, Jahad Campbell, who had a great game, 4 tackles and a sack in his limited time out there. He's your starting linebacker. He's going to be right there next to Zach Ball. And I know Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and Smile Mondin have had good camps and good games, but Jahad Campbell is clearly the best player right there. Played on and off the line of scrimmage. Very similar to Zach Bond last year a little bit. Not putting him at Zach Bond's level yet, but that's what it is. Now, Trotter Jr. and Mondin will get snaps in the regular season because you are seeing more and more of Jahad Campbell on the outside and rushing the passer. A lot of talk in the offseason was about him in that, Micah Parsons role. He's showing he has that capability, but the dude's a beast. And as I've said plenty of times, the NFL is going to regret letting him slip to us in the first round. Drew Makuba getting his first action of the spring, in-game action. Gave up an early catch, but then after that had a pick 6, had a fumble recovery, creeped up to the line of scrimmage a lot, kind of similar to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Sorry, Sidney Brown, not sorry. Your starting safety, opposite of Reed Blankenship, is Drew Makuba. He is hands down the better safety, without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion. And since Sidney Brown can't win that job, I think Drew Makuba might be right there. Jacorian Bennett, physical despite his size, had some pass breakups and nice tackles. Clearly, Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson can't win that cornerback two spot. One more week of this, and Jacorian Bennett, it will be your starting cornerback on the outside in week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys, in my opinion, unless Howie Roseman makes another move. Quite frankly, I would be shocked if Adoree Jackson doesn't get cut after his play on Saturday against the Cleveland Browns. Azeez Ojulari, really nice game after struggling in camp and early on. had several quarterback pressures, had a sack, strong run stop a few times. Very, very good. Patrick Johnson also on the outside, some good pressures, and did have an interception as well. Smile Mondin, as I mentioned before, had a good game, couple tackles, whatnot. The entire interior defensive line, Gabe Hall, Ty Robinson, Byron Johnson, Justin Rogers, Jacob Sykes, all had good push and made plays throughout the game. It'll be a tough call there. I think Gabe Hall's a lock to make the roster, and now Byron Young is making a push to make the roster as well. Anais Smith had another short touchdown catch. And Johnny Wilson not playing in the game tells me he's already a lock to make the team. That's all the good that I got. Now the bad. And obviously, the offense was atrocious. Less than 100 total yards of offense on Saturday against the Cleveland Browns. First and foremost, your quarterback 3 may not be on the roster right now. Both Dorian Thompson-Robinson and Kyle McCord looked just dreadful. Dreadful on Saturday. Just, I don't even, 13 of 24 for 47 yards combined in an entire football game. It was pretty bad. Dorian Thompson-Robinson is just trash, what we expected. Just he's got to go. Kyle McCord, at first I was thinking he wouldn't squeak through to the practice squad. Nobody's taking him on from our practice squad. I think the Eagles might have to consider going out and finding a third quarterback, or as Howie Roseman did in 2022, just roll with 2 quarterbacks coming out of training camp. No Tanner McKee on Saturday, which was a big sign of what they think of him. And they didn't just run with one quarterback for 2 quarters and the other quarterback for 2. They rotated every couple drives. They kept flip-flopping. Maybe that played a little bit of role in it. I don't know. The second team offensive line, Kendall Lamb and Matt Pryor at tackles were terrible. They gave up pressures all game long. The entire backup offensive line, Stoutland University, was not getting a passing grade for their midterm on Saturday. They definitely struggled mightily. We spent a lot of our early draft picks over the last couple of years on defense, and now there's not much there to back up the offense. If Lane Johnson or Jordan Mailata go down, I don't care about Stoutland University. There are going to be some problems there on the offensive line. Brett Toth got a lot of work at guard early. Then they slid him over to center because he still is your backup center. So there's that as well. Kick and punt return coverage. Gave up a 34 and 38-yard punt kick return. Gave up a 16 or 18-yard punt return. Still not good. There's just a lot of bad and just a lot of sloppiness from the offense during the game. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what it changed on my 53-man roster. And until Howie decides whether to make moves or not, I don't think there's much to change. I think the defense is pretty set outside of that final cornerback spot. Eli Ricks didn't get into the game till the fourth quarter. Not a good sign for him. When Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo are struggling as much as they have, and Eli Ricks can't get into a preseason game till the fourth quarter, he might not be making this team either. There might be some, I don't want to say shock cuts, because Dorian Thompson-Robinson or Eli Ricks wouldn't be a shock, but these guys have had opportunities to earn roles on this team, and they're just not earning them. They're just not earning them. While there are some tough calls, there's also some easy calls that aren't shocking, but are shocking to an extent. Howie Roseman, I think, has got his work cut out this week. I think he's got to look at cornerback. He's got to look for an offensive lineman. Jack Driscoll knows this system. Is he a guy you bring in? I don't know. I know he's older and he's banged up a lot, but he's a guy that can play multiple positions. We've got none of the backup offensive linemen, none of the third-string offensive linemen have done anything. I mean, when your 2 quarterbacks combined, an entire football game throw for a combined 47 yards, I feel bad for guys like Terrace Marshall or, E.J. Jenkins or any of these guys, Kylan Granson, trying to make a roster, Darius Cooper, trying to make a roster. And you got this kind of quarterback play? Howie Roseman might have a busy week and a half. August 26th is when the final 53-man roster has to be set to start the season. He's got a lot of work to do in the next 10 days and to scour the waiver wire for other names out there, because the backups, the starters are fine. The backups, there are some significant issues on this Philadelphia Eagles team. Guys, this is the Eagles Checkdown right here on the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network. Jam-packed week as we inch closer to the start of the season. We got one more preseason game against the Jets later this week. Lots to happen. 3 more practices at training camp, and then the season starts, guys. I can't wait. Everybody have a great Monday. It's cooled off in the Delaware Valley. Go Birds, and bubbles up.
Now at Chipotle, our all-new Chipotle Honey Chicken brings Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet. seared smoked peppers, and savory Mexican spices, blended with a hint of pure honey for a perfectly balanced sauce. All combined with fresh, tender chicken hot off the grill, served up in your favorite burrito or bowl. New Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level. But it's only at Chipotle for a limited time. Order now in the app for pickup or delivery. Chipotle, for real.
Hellmann's believes they can turn any mayo hater into a lover. So, if you know someone who thinks mayo equals bland, show their taste buds the truth and challenge them to try Hellmann's flavored mayo. With irresistible flavors like Hellmann's spicy mayo, garlic aioli, chipotle, and Italian herb, they'll be eating their words. Challenge haters to try Hellmann's flavored mayo and get them to eat their words. Learn more at hellmanns.com/eatyourwords.
If you work as a manufacturing facilities engineer, installing a new piece of equipment can be as complex as the machinery itself. From prep work to alignment and testing, it's your team's job to put it all together. That's why it's good to have Grainger on your side. With industrial-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure you have everything you need close at hand through every step of the installation. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Wayfair. Podcasts follow us everywhere. Whether you're cooking in the kitchen, chilling in the living room, or pretending to fold laundry in the bedroom. And with Wayfair, every one of those rooms can tell a story of its own. Their curated collections of furniture styles and prices make Wayfair the trusted destination to turn your home into your happy place. Shop everything home at wayfair.com with free and easy delivery straight to your door.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
I'm 32, juggling family, working full-time, and earning a bachelor's degree. At University of Phoenix, I earn career-relevant skills with every 5-week course. Skills I can use now, not just after graduation.
Earn skills in weeks, not years. Visit phoenix.edu.